Hey, good afternoon, guys. Welcome back. The Osborne Show. This is season 2, episode 6. Again, thank you for taking time out today to actually view this video. And I do appreciate you guys' support and everything. So, last couple of episodes, we talked about a few things here. Episode 4, we talked about the shoes that you need. 3 essential shoes I think everyone needs. Then episode 5, we spoke about fragrances as far as, which colognes to wear and which fragrance to wear which time of the season. So, today I thought we'd do a little more today and have a little more fun today. Like I said, we're going to put it all together. Now, this is the good part of all this that I do. So, we're going to talk about suits today. Okay? And basically, there are 3 different types of suits. The first one, of course, is off the rack. The second one would be a bespoke suit. And the third will be a fully custom suit. Okay? And these are basically 3 types of different suits that you can get, that's available to the public. And from different places and things like that. So the first one we want to talk about, first thing we want to do is define each one. Okay? We're going to go through each single suit category, for lack of a better term, and sort of define it and give you the pros and cons of each one. Okay? So the first one we want to talk about is off the rack. Okay? And basically that's exactly what it is, off the rack. You get these at any men's suit warehouse. Of course, I'm in Atlanta, so we got D&K, the Men's Warehouse, Joseph A. Banks, and a few other out there that are really good for off the rack suits. Now these are more your budget friendly suits, and they can range from different qualities and things like that. Now these suits, they're basically they're machine made and they mass produce, and they're, like I said, they range from different quality and sizes. So when you do get these off the rack suits, you definitely want to make sure you get alterations done on them. You're going to need to do that to make sure they're fitting properly in the waist, the legs, and if you want a cuff or go without a cuff on your off the rack suit. Okay. The one thing in this show, basically with most of these off the rack suits, make sure that your shoulders are fitting properly. Okay. And this one I have on today is actually an off the rack suit that I had altered, and as you can see, it fits. The jacket fits pretty well on me. Okay. And the pants do as well. So that's one thing you want to make sure about the shoulder, because if you have to get your shoulders altered, that could be quite expensive. And if you're going to, have to get shoulders altered, you might as well do some other things and maybe go with a different type suit. We'll speak about that in a few seconds here, okay? Now, the next one we're going to talk about, these are going to be more of your custom suits, okay? Now with these suits, they're different from your bespoke as well as your off the rack suits. Okay. The best thing about this, made to measure or customs are cut from a pre-existing pattern that's modified to fit your body. So say you go to one of my favorite spots is Ike Behar. They do custom and bespoke. Okay. Now with certain houses like that, they'll take your measurements and you'll pick your pattern. You may have, and you should have, options to pick different fabrics to go along with that pattern. Okay, so what happens in that process, once your measurements are taken and it is a pre-existing pattern, your measurement is sort of incorporated into that pattern. Now with these quote unquote custom suits, they do have a longer turnaround, so it's 4 to 6 weeks. And if you don't need to have the suit immediately, I do suggest that you would go with a custom suit. Okay. Now it can be a little more expensive, of course, because you're basically getting it made. Now with some of these custom suits, I would say about maybe 75% is handmade and the rest is maybe machine made. Okay. That would give you the medium price quote there, for lack of a better term. Okay, so with those suits, with the custom suits, once they are altered and made for you, like I said, you will have to turn around and maybe get some additional alterations as well. Okay, but they may not be exactly to your measurements once the first one is initially done, because you will have to get it fitted again once it comes in. So you may have to do some alterations there. Okay, and like I said, with those, it takes about 6 to 8 weeks. So these are good for, say, if you want to make a great impression, maybe at a wedding, or you have an event coming up, a really special event, maybe an anniversary or something like that. These are really good suits, okay, for that type thing. Now, the off-the-rack suits are more, I would say, for your everyday usage. It's more budget friendly, and you can wear these suits on a daily basis. If you need 4 or 5 suits, I would suggest maybe doing off the rack, depending on what your budget is. Okay, so I want to make sure we understand all the budget friendliness of these different type suits as well. Okay, now we're going to talk about the third type suit. This is called bespoke. Okay, now with the bespoke, the term actually comes from when you say you went into a suit house to get a suit made. Okay, like Lord & Taylor's or anywhere on Savile Row in London. That's one of my favorite places for truly custom made gentlemen's suits. Materials are unbelievable. The customer service, unbelievable. The attention to detail, unbelievable. So, and you do have a lot of similar quality houses in the States as well. But that's just one of my favorite places that I would go. And the best thing about it is, when you go to these houses, everything is pretty much from scratch. Now, the reason it's called bespoke, because you actually pick your fabric. And when you pick your fabric, we would say it's spoken for. Okay? So that's where the term bespoke comes from. Okay? Now, what I said, this is a truly, truly customized suit. Okay? When you come in, we take your measurements and everything like that. When I worked for Ike Behar, that was something they did as well. Great place. Y'all might want to check those guys out at IkeBehar.com. Check out their shirts. This is one of them, actually. Materials of their shirt are great. So you might want to check those guys out as well. Now what makes it a truly custom suit is it's not cut from an existing pattern. The pattern is made off your measurements when you come into the suit house. Okay, so this is specifically created for you based on your measurements. Okay, now with these suits here, they're mostly handmade. I would say 98%, maybe 99% are handmade. Maybe 1% of the suit may be machined, and that's very, very rare. It depends on what house you go to for your suit. Okay, now also with these customized suits and bespoke suit, now the lead time can be a little bit longer, more than 6 to 8 weeks. Okay, and there will be multiple fittings. Okay, again, these suits will be great for your wedding, 20th anniversary with your wife, or what have you. Maybe a graduation party for maybe your kids graduating from high school, maybe even college. Okay, so like I said, it has multiple fittings. The lead time is a little bit longer as well. Okay, and like I said, they're mostly handmade. Now, one thing about bespoke suits is that each house has its own different shoulder pattern. Okay, so you will have to go into these different houses, and if you're particular about your shoulder pattern on your suit jacket, you will find the one that has your particular pattern, because all of them don't do the same pattern far as the suit shoulders. Okay, so you definitely want to take a look at that as well. And also with the bespoke suits, you wouldn't have to have them altered once they come out, because they specifically made to fit you. And you have several different measurements and fittings for these suits before it's actually there for you. Okay, So those are just some of the different suits that you can purchase depending on your budget and how you want to do things. Okay, if you're fresh out of college and you're just not getting on your feet, getting you a job, I suggest you go with the off the rack. Okay, get you a couple of suits just to get, so you have something to wear to work, so you'll look presentable. Make sure you get those altered to fit you with a cuff in the bottom of the trousers or not. Okay. Also understand your shirt measurements as well. Okay, so when your shirt is buttoned like this, you should be at least be able to get 2 fingers in there comfortably without any problems. Okay. Now, say you've been out in the field for a while. You finally, you're making strides in your industry or your career or whatever you're doing. You might want to step it up and then go with a custom suit. Okay. I would say that's more for more high profile type individuals in different high profile careers. Now with bespoke, that's definitely going to be something a higher caliber. With these bespokes, like I said, I would think more of an English gentleman or something like that with a bespoke suit. But based on your budget and how this incorporates into your style or your personality or your image is which one I suggest you would pick. Okay, so if your budget lets you go with off the rack, go with off the rack. If it goes with custom, go custom. If you can go with bespoke, go with bespoke. Okay, now remember, you'll get a lot of different qualities from a lot of different houses. So once you find your house, your particular house that you like, I suggest you get really personal with your tailor, because they're just like our barbers, and we'll talk about that in a little while. Okay, how you build personal relationship with some of the people that will be providing you services, such as your tailor, your barber, your manicurist, the young lady or young man that might do your face or whatever like that. Okay, so they'll really be able to sit you down and understand your needs and make sure what they're doing for you best fits you, and you will look your best. Okay. If you guys want more content like this, please like and subscribe. You can find me on Instagram at Vern125, Facebook too at Laverne Osborne. If you want to just check me out on YouTube, you can go at Laverne Osborne 9624. And again, you can always go to the website, theosborneshow.com / to reach out to me, book some appointments. Also, you can also go to send me an email and the Osborne Show 2022 at gmail.com. Okay, be more than happy to further assist you guys and see what I could do to make you be your best you and look your best. And again, thank you again for joining the Osborne Show. We do appreciate that. Again, like and subscribe, guys. Let's get this thing going and let's make a difference out here. Let's look our best. Okay, thank you. You guys have a wonderful evening.